Alright guys, it's your boy, CarolinaChris26. Well, this is for my comic book haul for February the 13th, 2019. One day before Valentine's Day, which actually guys, is today. I have a semi-haul for today. Not a large haul. Not a very small haul. It is a haul nonetheless. It's a haul. Anyways, yeah. So, first off, let's get this haul started off right. We're going to start with the Marvel first, because I do not have that many Marvels. I do apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. First off, before we get started on my video, I'd like to let you know, thanks for all the support from everybody. And second, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, please. Pretty please. Comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what favorite books you got this week. Let me know what books I should have got that I didn't get that you think I should check out. Because I might be missing some great books that I don't know about. So please, let me know. Let me know what you're reading, you know? Let me know what books I should be getting that you're not seeing in my pull list or my haul videos. Next, share. Share my video. Share my video with your friends, your family, your Twitter, your Facebook. Hit the subscription button. Please subscribe. Next, hit that notification bell, baby. Because every week, I'm going to be cranking out more videos, unboxings, and got a couple Comic-Cons coming up. Can't wait to go to. I don't get to go to as many Comic-Cons as most people, but I try to go when I can. You know what I'm saying? So, trust me, I try. So, please, don't forget, subscribe, comment, like, share, and hit that notification bell, baby. We'll be coming back more and more every week. Thanks for everybody that's helped me out up to this point. And Jack, what do you want to say, Jack? I don't know if Jack don't really want to say nothing. He just wants to get down. Yeah, say bye-bye, Jack. Bye-bye, Jack. Say bye-bye. Say hey, everybody. Say hey, everybody. He's a mean cat. Thanks, guys. Chris, take it away. Show him that first book. Peace. First off, we're going to go with The Amazing Spider-Man, number 15. This is the Rivera cover. Very nice. I do say so myself. I love that color, man. You can't go wrong with Spider-Man, man. He has some wicked covers. Yeah, it's dope. That webbing, man, is kind of, looks like, honestly, man, the webbing on this cover looks like he's, shooting out, thread that you sew your clothes together with, man. You're not gonna, it might be, I guess that's when Spider-Man, his web's strong, but that webbing there don't look like it would hold much less a person. Next up, we have one of my favorite books, and why didn't I read this? I was about to read this. I actually just read 4 books, and this was on my list. I will read this when I get off of here. That is Savage Sword of Conan, number 1, Alex Ross cover. Oh. It's a beautiful cover. Yeah, that is a beautiful cover, man. Alex Ross is on fire. Can I get a flame just for that? No, I'm just joking. No flames. Next up, we have Avengers No Road Home, number 1. It's the Mark Brooks cover, man. This is that's the B cover. It's sick. Look at little Venom. Vision. Look at little Vision. Looks like a gummy bear or a little gummy Vision. I would eat you, Vision. Yeah. I want to say he's like a Lego Vision, but a gummy. I would eat him. Scarlet Witch. Oh, he's a robot. Scarlet Witch has the remote control. And that is an Atari remote, if I do say so. I could be wrong. Mark Brooks, man, you're a legend, brother. Are you related to Garth Brooks? That's kind of what I'm curious about. Give me a shout out, Mark Brooks, if you're watching my video, man. Let me know. Are you related to Garth Brooks? Because he was my idol in high school. Next up, we have Captain Marvel. I was about to say Captain America. Captain Marvel, number 2. This is the Amanda Connor cover, and Paul Mounts. See, and you very rarely, it's hard to see, but right there is Miss Connor's signature on that stone right there where that crack is. Probably won't be able to see it. Anyway, it's where my finger is. I just read this. This is a great story. It's kind of like something keeps taking the women's powers, where they're trapped at, and right at the end, these robots have Captain Marvel pretty much captured, and She-Hulk comes flying into the picture. The next thing you know, She-Hulk's she isn't She-Hulk no more. She turns back into Jennifer, and Captain Marvel screaming, "Jen, no!" and she's like falling from the sky, like past the bridge and stuff. It's crazy, man. It's kind of where it ends at. They were kicking butt, man. Old girl, I forget what's the old girl's name that doesn't speak. She has to use sign language to talk. God, I forgot her name. Next up, we have True Believers number 1, the new Captain Marvel versus Ronin. Battle for the life of a galaxy. And if Marvel fails, Rick Jones dies. Havoc on Homeworld. Sweet cover. Yeah, I wasn't picking up all the True Believer covers in the beginning, but I have been lately now. So next up, we have True Believers number 1, Captain Marvel. All new, never seen before. The coming of Captain Marvel. Marvel or Marvel? It's Marvel. Sorry. That is a sweet cover. I'd love to actually have the number 1 cover and not that cover, but you know what I mean. Alright, next up we're going to go with Image. Image has been killing it for me. I'm such a fan of so many of their books right now. It's ridiculous. I think I read more of Image than I do DC and Marvel these days. I'm not going to lie. First up, we have Spawn Kills Everyone 2. The black and white version. Yeah, you got the Infinity Gauntlet homage cover, basically. And then we have, I think it's the A cover. Yeah, A cover. You notice how on the stones, well, on the black and white cover, on the stones are smiley faces. Where you have each one of the stones, there's a smiley face where the stone is. And yeah, oh these are too, except they're in color. The infinity, the smiley stones. Dude, I just read Trump's Titans versus the End or something like that, and I never read none of those. I think I probably talked about it on my last one. I probably did. I'm just not even gonna talk about it then. But it was funny in the book where the Donald Who Laughs has the Infinity Gauntlet and he snaps his fingers, and then it goes to the phone calling Kanye West, and then Kanye West turns to ash. Then Sarah Sanders turns to ash. Everybody turns to ash. It's funny. Next up, we have Oblivion Song by Robert Kirkman, number 12. Like I said, I read up to issue number 6, and that's where I stopped at. Yeah, I read up number 6 and I stopped there, so I gotta go back to reading that. Next up, we have The New Hit Girl by Kevin Smith. Dude, cannot wait to read this. Actually, when I get off here, I'm gonna have to read Codan and I'm gonna have to read this Hit Girl book because Kevin Smith is a certified genius. The cover art, I cannot tell you who the cover art is by. If anybody sees this video and they know who the cover artist is, please let me know. Because I haven't done much research into it yet. Wicked cover art. Next up, we have a book that I just read, and this is one of my favorite series. I'm assuming by the way the book ended, and I'm pretty sure this is the end of the series, and that is The Magic Order. The girl on the cover here, actually, this is, I want to say this is the B cover. This is the A cover. Sorry. This is the A cover, and this is the B cover. The girl on the cover, her name is Cordelia, I believe. And if y'all have read the story, the Magic Order has been at a battle with itself by Madame Albany, and she actually wants this book. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name of the book. But the book, it holds some of the wickedest spells ever created, and she wants the book, and she's pissed at her father, so she basically sends out her hitmen, and they take out different members of the Magic Order family, and come to find out, it was Gabriel, one of the brothers, who in the beginning of the book, pretty much, I think he hid the fact that he was a magician, or I'm sorry, possibly not right, but he's actually one of the guys that was behind killing some of his own family members. And the reason why was because Madame Albany, promised Gabriel that she would bring his daughter back because she had died, and she promised to bring his daughter back. So at the end of the last issue, and let's see if I can get a bigger picture of Madame Albany. Anyways, that's Madame Albany right there. That's Madame Albany. And then, so basically, like, Cordelia is one of the only members left, and Gabriel goes to to kill her, and she's like, why? Why? He's like, look, I want my daughter back. She promised to bring my daughter back from death. I want my daughter back, and so he's gonna kill his own family and stuff. And Cordella, she was just pretty much an escape artist. She did some corny magic shows and stuff in the beginning, and she was basically known as an escape artist. And so she, Gabriel, she's like pretty much begging Gabriel not to do it. Next thing you know, Cordella, she says, let me see if I can find it. So basically, Cordella and Madame Albany are talking smack to each other, and she's got Cordella surrounded, and they say basically, I believe you advertised yourself as something of an escapologist. Let's see you get out of this. And Cordella's like, I already have. Nonsense. Your friends are dead. You're completely surrounded. Cordella's like, wrong again. You see, there is an upside to being the disobedient one in the family. Sure, I've always made the worst possible choices, but sometimes you learn things when you're doing what you shouldn't be. Sometimes you learn shit that actually saves the day. And then Madame Albany's like, are you drunk again, Cordella? Cordella's like, I've read every page. Sorry, it's the name of that book. However you say the name of the book. You smug old, because my father told me not to. So see, Cordella's done and read the entire book that Madame Albany is killing everybody to get her hands on. Cordella's done and read it. She's memorized it. She knows all those wicked spells. You know what I'm saying? And because basically Madame Albany was like, the darkest spells of old Atlantis. You'll appreciate why it was kept from human hands, but just this once, I'm going to use it and honor the promise I made to your brother. Basically, to bring her brother Gabriel's daughter back from death. So Cordella's like, I've done and read the book, and Cordella's like, raising the dead, human sacrifice. I've got that shit down cover to cover. Cordella already knows how to bring back the dead. And then Madame Albany's like, oh no. Or Cordella's like, oh yes. Because you don't lay a trap for an escapologist, mother. Getting out of traps is our specialty. So Cordella's got the upper hand the whole time. I mean, in the last issue, I was thinking for sure she is beep. I'm gonna put a beep. Anyway, for sure, I was thinking she was screwed. You know what I'm saying? Cordella was screwed up. So now she knows how to bring back the dead. She knows she just said, you know what I'm saying? She just said raising the dead, human sacrifice. I've got that down cover to cover. She knows how to bring back the dead. So guess what she does? She brings back every single member of her family that was murdered by Madame Albany's crew. What? She brings them all back. I hope you can see this. That's the whole family. That's everybody. That's everybody there, Pops, the whole nine. Everybody's there. And Madame Albany, look at Madame Albany's eyes. She's like, holy shit. Oh my God, I'm screwed now. And then and it's her dad. Her dad's like, a good magician has a trick up her sleeve. You know what I'm saying? That's her dad. Oh, this book is good. And then Madame Albany's like, impossible. There must be a sacrifice to keep the dead among the living. Huh. I got my eye on one or two possibilities. And then they all just point their wands at Madame Albany's crew. Start blowing them. I'm talking about they're blowing them to bits. They're blowing them the red paste. It's like tomato paste all over the place. You know what I'm saying? They've all come back to life, and I mean they got their wands cocked and ready. And then yeah, man, this is good. And then you got their uncle Egbert. His old butts come back to life. And one of her henchmen is like, Madame Albany, what's happening? I suspect otherwise occupied Lord Cornwall. I suspect she's otherwise occupied Lord Cornwall. Now give me back this tomb you've stolen, or I'm afraid you'll have to face the consequences. Oh, that's Uncle Edward. And then he's like, well, excuse me for not shaking in my boots, Edgar, Edgar, Edgar. Well, excuse me for not shaking in my boots, Edgar. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, they're blasting them all the tomato paste, and then one of Madam Albany's henchmen, Lord Cornwall, basically he's like, Madam Albany, what's happening? I suspect she's otherwise occupied, Lord Cornwall. Now give me back this tomb you've stolen, or I'm afraid you'll have to face the consequences. Cornwall. Well, excuse me for not shaking in my boots, Edgar, but you seem to forget there's no moonstones protecting you. That's his family. He don't know they're all back from the dead. Uh, I'm not going to be intimidated by an old man who suffers panic attacks and is so terrified of the outside world he hasn't been outdoors in 1,000 years. He thinks Edgar's scared. Oh, yeah. Edgar's like, Isaac, would you mind leaving us alone, please? What comes next is going to be violent, and I want to be sure you don't get hurt. Basically telling his little pterodactyl, his is familiar, I guess is what it's called. And then Lord Caldwell is like, is this some kind of joke? You're scared to leave the GD house. Boom! He throws him through the wall. He says, only because I know what happened last time. That's Edgar. Edgar's like, yeah, I know. The only reason he won't leave the house because he knows what happened last time. I killed 1 million people when I last used my powers, and I'd have killed a lot more if they hadn't built these walls around me. I'm not locked up to protect me from the outside world. I'm locked in here to protect the world from me. Woo! And he straight blasts Lord Cardwell a bits. I mean, he can't even see. He's gone. He splattered him across the wall. Oh my God, this book is just so good, so good, so good. And well, basically we got the whole family back, and they kick butt. Long story short, Madam Albany gets pretty much split in half. Pop splits her in half. What a waste. She's laying on the sidewalk. And then next thing you know, Gabriel goes crazy. Gabriel is going to destroy everything if he can't get his daughter back. He wants that book. The book that Madam Albany just died for. Gabriel wants that book. And basically, Cordella lets him know, like, look, you die and I'll bring your daughter back. All right? But, you know, I guess it's basically like, let me kill you. You sacrifice your life and I promise to bring your daughter back. And Gabriel gives in. He's like, look, you know, I promise. Just tell her I love her and I'm sorry for what I did. Tell Louise the same, and I hope she understands. And then Cordella's like pointing her wand at Gabriel. Are you ready? Just make it quick. That's all he says. And they're crying. Gabriel, my little boy, Gabriel's dad's crying, oh Jesus. And then behind Cordella, Gabriel's daughter pops up. Aunt Cordella, is that you? You know what I'm saying? Gabriel's dad's sad, he's crying, and then he's crying, and then Cordella, Gabriel's daughter pops up. Aunt Cordella, is that you? This book is wonderful. She gives her a hug. Alright, she gives her a hug. The family is back together, thanks to Cordella. Everybody's back together. They bury Gabriel. Snap his wand. They bury Gabriel. And basically Pops, I mean the dude running the magic order, he's like he he tells Cordella, look, I want you to take over. She's about to bounce. You know, she's had enough. She's about to leave town. She's about to do what she wants to do. Why do you feel you have to resign? Now you know how much I broke the rules. That's what Cordella saying to Pops. I also know that you saved our lives. I think it's time I started appreciating what you bring to the table. Uh, would you ever consider standing for the top spot now you know that I'm leaving the group? Something tells me the others wouldn't be too happy about that. Actually, the vote was entirely unanimous. The whole family voted. There's also one other responsibility I thought you might take care of while I'm out of town. 5 shows a week, 40 weeks a year. The pay's not great, but you be doing me a enormous favor. But why? Because a little trust goes a long way. Just promise me you'll never use any of those forbidden spells again. I promise. Wow, that's just a great book, and then it ends with the family going about their business and Cordella doing her show, promising she promised to do a show and she's doing that one show. So that was my Magic Order breakdown. I'm sorry I told y'all I would never do that, but that is a wonderful book. And if that is the end, I can't wait one day to see this as a Netflix show or movie, because it is a wonderful book. I was surprised to see Cordella come back and be the hero of the story, because in the beginning she was just like wasted talent. You know, she wasn't doing anything with her life, you know what I'm saying? Escaping from police cars, you know what I'm saying? She's escaping from handcuffs, you know, it was wild, but you know. Alright, that's the Image. Now here we are to DC. The Batman Who Laughs. So okay. This is the this is the jock cover. Yeah. It's the jock cover, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then we have the Riccardo Federici cover. I want to say this is Riccardo Federici was the one doing the Justice League Dark covers, if I'm not mistaken. So please tell me if I'm wrong, but I do believe I'm right on that. Right up until Clayton Crane did that one cover, which was number 5 or number 6. Riccardo Federici was doing all the covers prior to that, if I'm not mistaken. And I love those covers. I've got all of them. As a sick cover. Alright, next up, we have it. Now, I called this before I actually got the cover stores. I knew this cover was coming out a while back, kind of like I did that last Harley Quinn number 58. And that is Wonder Woman 64, Art Germ. Hottest cover of the week. Flame on. And I just don't have one cover, guy. I had to get 2. Guys, some of these covers are getting wild. Next up, we have Justice League Dark, number 8. I actually just read this cover. This book, it's pretty much wild as hell. As usual, you got Zatanna and Wonder Woman trying to fix things. But at the end of the book, God, there's always a twist to it. You got Dr. Fate and a group of other cats, man. I guess they're gonna mess up the show or whatever. It's a crazy book. I love it. I love Dr. Justice League Dark since the beginning. Then we have the Kelly Jones cover. The B cover. Kelly Jones B cover. And next up we have the Flash B cover. Tom Rainey, I believe, is the cover artist for this cover. And last but not least, we have Detective Comics 998, the Gary Frank cover. And guys, I told you I had it's once in a lifetime I have to do this, but it's hot cover of the week, second one. I had to give it, man. It's Gary Frank, guys. I mean, look at this cover, man. Come on. Just need Superman in there, but I did not pick up that Rob Liefeld Superman cover this week. I'm sorry, I was not feeling it. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for that. If you do, hey, 'cause I love Rob Liefeld. Come on, man. He gave us some of our greatest characters, but I was not feeling it. Detective Comics 998, Gary Frank. Hottest cover of the week. Flame on. Yeah, that is a sick cover, man. That is a sick cover. But guys, that's it, man. I do apologize for doing that Magic Order breakdown. Make sure I put that in the title of the description. Carolina Chris's Comics Haul, February 13th, 2019, and Magic Order review. Once that'll fit in the title. I don't know. I'll try. So, I'm famous. And when I do that, that's too sick, guys. You know, it's kind of how we do it here in Fayetteville, where I'm from, man. You got the 2 and you got the 6. Sorry, not a gang. So, yeah. I'm your host, Chris Gray, aka CarolinaChris26, and this is my comic books haul for February the 13th, 2019. Thank you very much. Be safe, guys, and always remember to make comic book collecting fun again. Peace.